Well, hello guys, welcome back. Oh god, I've been through it today. Last week or so, my health's been kind of down, and I've been like, well, I know it's stress because I'm stressing out over a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of stuff that's out of my hands. And I've been having some health issues lately, so I've been kind of like, ugh. Plus, at the same time, I've been working on the temple, so that's a real big stressor too, because it's not as simple as go out, pick this thing up, put it in the temple, done. You go out, you pick this thing up, it doesn't work, it comes out wrong. You have to do all these steps to get into the temple, then it's the wrong damn size, and you gotta start all over again, and blah blah blah. So yeah, that was a ton of stress. Thankfully, the temples are as done as they're gonna be done. We can start changing stuff out now. And right after I filmed and I was watching my feedback, I think it was Bastet nudged me and said, you really should take his place as your own. You need a place to have a vacation. And I just kind of side-eyed her and said, yeah, vacation. You know, Busman's holiday. Go decorate a place for yourself after you've been decorating stuff for a couple weeks solid. So that happened. And I remember I told you I got a warning in my cards. Those Jennifer Sands fortune cards. Well, opened my mail today, and there's this thing from State Farm, which I no longer have. And I called her and I said, what is this about me owing you money when I canceled my policy? And she says, well, that's what you owed. And then I figured out, remember, I was so stressed out at the time because I was filling out applications for assistance and everything. She'd done some fancy talk and talked me into spending money I didn't have on extending the policy up until December or whenever it was. And I hadn't understood her, okay? I thought that's what I was covered for with my final payment. No, she did some fancy talk and talked me into spending this last bit of money. And I'm sure she got a bonus because the cards had warned me about a vindictive woman looking out for herself and being greedy at night. And it's under $100, so it's not even worth it trying to find a pro bono lawyer and trying to go to court over it. So I'm like, alright, I've already dealt with debt collectors before. It's better off to just pay this damn thing before it starts to accrue interest and get rid of it. So I did that, and I was really pissed off because there went the idea of having secular Easter. For some reason I keep trying to make hams and the gods are like, no, no, save it for Easter. And I'm like, yeah, but we don't celebrate Easter. We already celebrated Astara. Excuse me. We could, but it's like Easter money just went out the door to pay this damn insurance that I don't have the money for. And I said, well, I don't have the money for this because she's the one that talked me into this payment. She goes, well, I don't know what they'll do. I don't know how far they'll take it. And I was thinking, you bitch. She was being civil this time, but I'm thinking, you bitch, you talked me into this. This should be you making this goddamn payment. But I couldn't do anything, so I paid it, and I went to the gods, and I said, I want justice. I feel I was tricked into doing this at a time I was under a lot of stress, and you guys know I have problems understanding things like payments and that sometimes, so I know very damn well she tricked me into it. And I'm like, I would like restitution, please. If they're with me, I may eventually see the money. If they can, you know, whatever way it can be worked out in my benefit. If they're not with me, I'm not going to see it. So that happened, but I was pissed off for a good part of the day. And I finished working on the temples finally. And I don't know why, but I felt like sending on a copy to the Priestess of Hermes. I don't know why. I try to keep away from those temples. I haven't rejoined any of them. But I do go every so often in luck. You guys know, it's not easy being eclectic. It's really not, because I've never had luck keeping one group of gods here consistently, like day in, day out. So some days the Greek gods are here, and then they're gone. And then some days the Norse gods are here, and then they're gone. And some days Lysanta's here, and then she's gone. So some days it'll feel like there's 20 gods in my lap, and some days there's no gods, and some days there's whatever. I can't get that kind of enviable daily consistency going. Loki was here consistently for years and years and years and years. But now it's like more and more often he's going on walkabout and leaving me to my own devices. He hasn't abandoned me, and Odin hasn't abandoned me. But it's still... something's changed. I don't think it's for the worse. I think it's for the better, but it's still, you can tell something's changed. They've given up their death grip on having just a Norse household. But with all the gods now, it's like they just wander in and out at random, which is kind of frustrating for me because, like, say I want to work with Lord Hermes today, I can't find him. So I want to work with Loki today, I can't find him either. And then you're tripping over them 5 minutes after you wanted them, and it's like, and so, yeah, I really wish I could have one of those things where I just had, like, say, 4 gods and serve those 4, but the gods never want to get along with that. I know people that aren't eclectic don't understand it, but I really don't feel I have a choice. I will try my damnedest to just work with one group of gods, and then the others come in, and then the others come in, and then the others come in, and if you won't work with them, they will give you problems. The gods won't lean on you like the mafia, but you know what I mean. They can make you very unhappy that you won't pay attention to them. And basically, they'll interfere in anything you're trying to do for your gods will go wrong until the other gods get the attention. At least that's my experience. But it's been surreal because I sent that in again. I don't know why. She couldn't care less because it's not. She works with the Greek god. She works for Hermes. She couldn't care less, I think, about temples that are mainly Nordic. But they just did their thing, or they're in the midst of it. They do a real life thing, as opposed to what I do in VR. And they have a event place, like a pagan meet and greet, and they have the festival for the Greek gods. As far as I know, this is just the Greek gods, I think. And they even have a practice where they come down possession, like Wudon. So, they're doing all that, and spending all that money in, like, having temple space and everything else, and, the costumes and everything. I'm well aware of the expenses from having practiced Wudon so long. And I'm over here VR doing stuff for free, so it's not quite the same thing, but in a way, virtual reality is a lot more accessible to some people. Now, I know most people watching the channel don't have it, but there are more people that have access to virtual reality than could perhaps go to a specific spot on the globe to go to a festival, is what I'm trying to say. I think you would find more people would have VR and be able to go to a cyber temple, and a lot more people can get online, at least see a video of it, than can perhaps, travel to a specific event site. And it's strange because we used to do a thing in Wudon and we stopped because the Wudon law are smart and they figured out what we were doing, where we would have something and we would share it with someone else we knew worked with so-and-so, and we would say, what do they think about this? Because we wanted to compare notes, and they knew we were comparing notes, and they stopped that real quick. And I think maybe that's why I did it. I think I'm like, I wouldn't compare notes. I want to see what kind of feedback I get, and I won't, or I'll get really generalized, really super nice feedback. I think that's why I said, I don't know, I'm bothering you with this. And I'm like, that's why, because the priestess of Hermes has always been blind. Whether they like me or not, I have no idea. And sometimes you wonder if the gods like this, or somebody said whether they like what we do or they think it's like child's macaroni art. I think I'm at child's macaroni art level because none of the damn temples make any sense or look traditional, but that was really what I felt called to do. Maybe because I'm the one person on the planet that'll give it to them. I'm like, you know what? You want balloons and ponies? Screw it. You can have balloons and ponies. You want a cake? You'll get a cake. Look, he's been after me to have Pinkie Pie in his temple, and I'm like, you know what? Screw it. We'll eventually get her in there. We'll find her somewhere. So, but it's what they can have, and since it's in VR, it won't last forever. It'll last until the files break down, or it'll last until we delete it all, or it'll last until my account goes under, or Facebook goes out of business because Facebook owns Oculus now. So it won't last forever. It's a very ephemeral thing. So if anybody's getting all antsy about what I'm putting in temples, it won't last forever. Besides, it's your temple. You do what you want. You guys know I have the home as a temple, and you see what that looks like, so that should prepare you for the regular temples, the VR temples. So yeah, it's like the universe tests you. I should be high as a kite because last night everyone came in and I was crying over all these gods and goddesses and the Wudon law, and I should be the happiest I've ever been. But I've also had poor health and I've had stresses and worries, and I got that damn bill in the mail this morning. And sometimes you just get tired and pissed off at life. I'm pissed off that I can't go out and eat whenever I want. And I'm pissed off I can't go buy groceries whenever I want and all this other laundry list of stuff that's generally pissing me off. But, I'm thankful for what we do have. I'm thankful the gods and goddesses are back in. I've just been a little frustrated. Being eclectic is a blessing and a curse because you love everyone and you want to work with everyone, but you really can't pay your complete attention to more than one god at a time. And since I've been so busy building the temples, I've had some of them working with me and talking to me, so I got time with Freyr and Loki and Odin that today, but at the same time, you're so damn busy, you don't get all the time. So I just figured I would update you guys. We're still alive. I'm just tired and frustrated. And if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.